Former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, is here in studio, and
Welcome.
Thank you back. Thank you for coming back, I should say.
Yeah,
Welcome
happy to be here. Thank you.
Are you able to gauge the legacy of that image?
It's hard to watch that. It still takes your breath away. You know, I'm the wife of a combat veteran who served in Afghanistan, and I mean, they put their heart and soul in there for 2 decades, and it still kills me that we left Bagram Air Force Base in the middle of the night without telling our allies who stood shoulder to shoulder with us for 2 decades because we asked them to be there. And I had been in I went to Afghanistan when I was at the United Nations, and you know, we met with the girls and we met with the women, and we saw what was happening with that government. And the idea now that women can't hold jobs, girls can't be in school, they're out of public life. You know, it's difficult to think, and not to mention the Americans that we left there and the Afghans who had been so good to our soldiers and really helped them. The idea that they're in hiding right now.
Yeah, there's a report that 96% of those did not get out.
I mean, it's heartbreaking.
But the State Department has a different point of view, of course. I can understand they want to defend the actions. This is Ned Price. He's a spokesperson at the State Department. Listen here.
Ending the longest war in American history was never going to be easy. But 1 year later, we are in a stronger position as a country because of the president's decision, better able to focus on the threats and challenges, but also the opportunities of today.
I mean, when you think about our allies, do they think we're in a stronger position?
What's amazing about that is they think if they say something, it's true. The second that blunder happened in Afghanistan, it was the green light for every enemy we had. Then you saw Russia move into Ukraine. Then you saw China starting to threaten Taiwan. Now you see Iran trying to build a nuclear weapon, but they're also going and now trying to assassinate Americans on our own soil. That was the day America became weak. That was the day the world became less safe. And it was all because of the decisions the Biden administration made. And, you know, now you say, okay, what's the solution to that? The solution is to snap out of it. We need to get strong. How are these terrorists wanting to come to America? Through the southern border. Close the southern border. Start to be strong against China. Start to hold and have Ukraine's back. Start to make sure we get Taiwan ready. We've got to start really focusing. And the last thing Biden needs to do is to get back into that Iran deal, which would be catastrophic for us.
And that may happen. We'll see. But those on the terror watch list that are walking across the border, why isn't there greater concern about this? When you think about the billions we have spent in our airports across this country and around the world for the past 20 years to make sure that you can't get on an airplane, but yet you can cross the southern border, and those are the ones we can account for.
It is irresponsible at best of what Biden is allowing to have happen. And let me tell you, if a terrorist attack happens on our soil, it's not if, it's when, he will have blood on his hands, because you literally are allowing these people to go through. You're not vetting them. You're releasing them into our country. Every state is a border state, and it is unacceptable that they have not closed that border, knowing that already 60 terrorists have come to that border that we know of. It's terrible.
Do you think, though, in one way, we mentioned Putin invading Ukraine, and then after that, though, the Biden administration would say, well, but we pulled together NATO. The NATO's stronger than ever, and we added 2 new members. Is there something to be said for that, for those efforts? Like, did they learn something from not informing our allies about Afghanistan and the danger that we now see in Crimea?
NATO pulled together and got stronger because America got weaker, and they knew that we couldn't handle it. I mean, you got to look at the fact that they all came together because they're like, we're in trouble. I mean, when you see the America this week, the world shakes a bit, because when we speak, the world listens. When we do, the world follows. Who we are, the world wants to be. But after Afghanistan, all of that changed.
Putin scared the daylights out of Berlin and Warsaw, too, in the first 72 hours of that war. Foreign policy is underwater. 59% disapprove of the job he's doing on foreign policy, something you've talked about a lot. In fact, you write about it today in the Wall Street Journal. Free enterprise, not central planning, will beat China. That's the headline. Politicians seem to be forgetting what made the U.S. economy great. Sounds like a campaign of sorts. Just make your point first.
Well, first of all, economic freedom is what has made us the best country in the world. And when you look at the CHIPS Act and you look at what they claim is the Inflation Reduction Act, which is a tax hike, you look at over $700 billion that politicians decided to spend, Democrats and some Republicans, to try and do exactly what China does. You can't beat China by trying to be China. Central planning from the top down will never work. You have to allow that innovation and economic freedom from the bottom up. And the idea that there's this socialist creep is happening is terribly, scary in terms of what our politicians are doing. They want to direct which industries get money. They want to direct where those industries go. They want to direct the technology that they do. They want to direct the decisions. That's not the America we know and love. The America we know and love is always relied on economic freedom.
Nikki Haley, thank you for being here,
Thanks,
especially on this anniversary. It's important to hear
Great to be with
people's
you.
thoughts on that.
Thank you.
Subscribe to the Fox News YouTube channel to catch our nightly opens, stories that are changing the world and changing your life. From Tucker Carlson tonight.